What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here from Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC. Man, this place still sure looks a whole lot different than what it used to be. Why does it look so different? Well, it used to look a whole lot like this. But then something happened. And that was sad times. But all might not truly be lost. Now it's time to see if we can even restore or salvage some of these items. So come along with us and take a little journey on a show that we would like to call Retro Rich's Restorations. Alright guys, here we are back at the table, and it is time to switch things up a little bit and go back to the Atari 2600 bin. We did successfully gain back a Sega Master System game last time in Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego. That was awesome. And now it's time for Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back. It's a little worse for wear on the outside, but we'll see what happens when we get into this thing. Now, I did look into and try some things that were suggested when we were getting to the part where we have to get that screw out of there. And a lot of people had suggested, hey, you know, a little heat gun or something like that. Well, due to the fact, unfortunately, that these got soaking wet, I did try to get some of the adhesive off, and it just doesn't, on a different cartridge, and it just does not work the way it's supposed to. So unfortunately, we're just going to have to see if you can see the little depression right there. And we're going to have to put a little hole in there so we can get the screw out, so we can get onto this cart. So as try as I would like to, you know, conserve as much as possible, we are going to have to put a little dent in there, but it just is what it is. We got some more stuff here. We've got our handy dandy paper towels. We'll put the cart on there for now. We're going to make a new pile of them. We were running low on supplies, so we had to get some more. So we got some more of those. There we go. That's all set. We'll put this back in the pile. Of course, we got our handy dandy brush. We've got our dirty brush, which we may or may not need today. We've got our prize, our little spudger guy. And in lieu of the wipes, which have been very, very kind to us, we now actually have the power of a 1-up card, which we're going to use on the cartridge itself, but we're actually going to use either the sponge or these guys right here for the outside of the cartridge. So we're going to go to it right now, actually cleaning the cart first, and then we can get into some story time and stuff too. Of course, got our isopropyl wire here. So at any rate, this game, oh man, this game was one of those ones where it's like, oh, well, did Rich play a lot of the game or not, or anything? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back was a constant in my collection and in my gameplay rotation on the Atari 2600 growing up. I had this cart. Growing up. I played the wheels off of it. I think this is a pretty fantastic game for as simple as it is. I think this game, among all other games on the Atari 2600 that were movie based, really did put you in the feel of at least this particular scene of the movie. So whoever did the programming on this one, kudos to them. It was a fantastic job fantastic bit of work, really putting the player in the mind of that, which would be super, super, super cool, to like get some information from the dev team and, you know, whoever was the original programmer on this game back in the day, because they nailed it. They nailed the aesthetic 100%. You know, you really do feel like you are in that snowspeeder, traveling around and taking down those AT-AT walkers on Hoth. The sound is really cool. The sound design is really awesome. The graphics are really, like, I mean, I mean, what is this, like 4-bit or whatever? I mean, it really didn't, you know, for second generation, let's call it. You know, like really, really neat stuff. Let's see if we can get that cleaned up. We're gonna toss that one and go for another one. Make another one of these wipe towels, and then go for another bit of clean on the outside here before we unfortunately massacre the label a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so put this on the back here. There we go. Very cool. Looking really good with the clean here. Nice little Parker Brothers cart. You know, and of course there's going to be the character. You know, like you can't get all of the dirt off all of the time, unfortunately, with this thing. And you know, you kind of just do what you can. We'll do what we can and rub it on here. Maybe we can get on the outside with a brush later or something like that after this, but you know, we don't have to really go too deep and too far with this. Plus, you know, since we're doing such a good job on the outside of this cart, I also don't want to push it too far, and then of course, you know, have the unfortunate incident of, oh, we got the cart like pretty pristine and it's nice and clean and all that kind of stuff, and then it just doesn't fire up, you know what I mean? Yeah, then it's like, then it's a bummer. It's a double bummer because, you know, you spend all this time making it nice and neat and clean, and, you know, it's pretty much for nothing. There we go. So, little character on the sides, little dinge on the sides, but that's okay. And, you know, label came pretty clean, pretty neat. And like I said, you know, see this bubbling, that's not going to go away because it already got wet once. So even like during the clean, you know, this will never go down. This will always be kind of like that, and we can kind of rub it back down a little bit, but you know, it just flakes off and stuff. So right on here, right near there, you can see that's where we're going with it, with the tool. And let's see if we can get into this thing. I'm hoping that it is just a Phillips, but we'll find out. There we go. I'm actually not sure if there is a screw at all, actually. That's a bummer. It's usually where the screw is that holds it together. So we might just need to hit it with the 1-up, and that's it. we might not be able to get into this cart. We'll check that out later. So let's do it. Yep, there is enough in there to get in there. But first, there's some fuzzies and that kind of stuff. So we'll actually do another one of these, another of these rubbies, and we'll get in there. That's interesting. I mean, because these Parker Brothers carts, I mean, they're not like the Atari Core carts, where, you know, like, I could actually see what's going on in there. So we'll see if we can, we'll see what we need in there with the 1-up card and all that kind of stuff. And it didn't really look that dirty, but all right, now we've got the 1-up. All right, just a little bit on there on the fluid side. All right, can we get in there? I don't know if we can get really in the bottom of that. There we go. You just kind of have to slide it in there. That definitely got something. See that stuff and knock it off there on the card itself. I think it was actually just cardboard for things that were around it. All right. Get the dry side, the little buff action there. There we go. Now you can kind of see down here. It's actually looking pretty clean. And I don't see anything else hanging out on it. So even though I did injure it, I might not have had to. And we're ready. We're ready to do the test. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I couldn't get into the cart, but hopefully we won't need to get into the cart. I mean, actually, if you're looking at it right there, I mean, that is really tight. I mean, I'm sure water could get in there for sure, but, you know, you can even see that 1-up card did a really nice job cleaning the contacts there, so this might be all we need. Did the 1-up card do its job? Let's see. Let's go to the testing area and find out. All right, let's go. All right, guys, here we are back in the testing zone, the new testing zone. I don't know about improved, but it is new. So here we are. I've got a Retron right here. We've got E.T. in. That was our last game that we tested. It is still functional. Got it hooked up, and we're ready to rock. So let's get to testing our new game, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back, shall we? All right, let's do this. Take this one out. See it, E.T.? E.T.'s hanging in there, doing a good time. Poor E.T.'s eye. Shed a tear. Shed a tear for the word strikes too, because you know I probably shouldn't have done that, but I don't know. Anyway, we're popping this in the Retron. Oh no. Uh-oh. We cleaned the wrong one. Rich, what are you doing? It's gold. Ah, the Atari one's silver. What am I doing? That's a silly, silly time. I don't even have an Intellivision to test this. Well, I cleaned it. It's clean. There it is. Man, what a silly, silly person I am. Well, we cleaned it, but it's not going to fit in the Retron 77. Because Rich is silly trying to put an Intellivision game in his Atari. I don't know.
That's the thing. I'm just gonna put it right there. We're gonna stop talking about how silly I am. And you know what? I'm gonna roll with it. That's Friday. That's today's Retro Riches Restorations. I cleaned the cart and it was for the wrong system. And there you go. I may actually do another one, just so you guys, Good Times Club members will know what I'm talking about. I may actually do another one, and that might be the Friday video. And this one, if I do that, then this is totally just for Good Times Club members because of its silliness. But you guys are getting, Good Times Club members definitely saw this because it's happening early. So that's the thing. I can't believe I did that. I cannot believe I went through all that and I cleaned the cart and I didn't even notice that it was an Intellivision game. Wow. As you guys can tell, it's been a busy couple weeks here at Bacon Ice Cream Productions. If I can't even tell the difference between two systems. Whew. Alright guys, that is the end. Mercifully, it's the end of a video here at Bacon Ice Cream Productions. We have to do one thing and one thing only, and that is, of course, thank the members of the Good Times Club. There are 10 of them, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get through them, but we're going to go for it. Still cannot believe that. What the heck is wrong with me? Alright, thanks to the EverCanadian. Thanks to QEORGE Games. Thanks to Crimson Cross. Thanks to Chris Westerman. Thanks to Phantom Fiction. Thank you to Skeletrex. Thank you to Lloyd Ardrim. Thank you to Papa Pete. Thank you to the Intellivision Gamer. And thank you to Karsten. That was all 10. I did get you guys. Thank you guys so much. And in case this is, I mean, if it winds up going live, everyone's going to see this anyway. But in case this is just a Good Times Club, it winds up being a Good Times Club exclusive. I really do love doing these vids, and for crazy, silly moments like what just happened here, I love it even more. Because, at least for the Good Times Club, you guys are there with me. You're there in the trenches, giving awesome support. And, sometimes funny life things happen like this. And, I do appreciate every single one of you for even just checking it out and even, considering, being a member. It's just awesome. I really do appreciate all of your support, even through this silliness. So until next time, guys, we will catch you next time on Retro Riches Restorations. And I promise you, next time, it will be something that we can test. All right, I'm Rich, and we'll see you later. Take it easy, guys.
RTFC.baconicecream.com